Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Good afternoon. I kindly ask the people who sitting in the last can come and sit in front. Once again, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I welcome you all to the 179th meeting of Velour Toastmasters Club. To ensure the meeting runs smoothly, please put your mobiles in silence. If you ever require to leave this meeting room, only do so when you hear an applause. Please stay on mute unless you come on stage and don't forget to enjoy the show. In order to grow, you need to have a mission. Likewise, the mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutual positive learning environment which members can develop their communication skill and leadership skill. This resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Okay, let's do a quick rapid activity. I will say a word. The next person should say a word which is related to the word I said. If someone passes or repeated the same word, they are eliminated. Like, let me give an example. Like fruit. Then the next person can say banana because it's a fruit. Banana is yellow. Person can say yellow, sun, hot, yellow, Toastmasters. Okay, let's start with the words Toastmasters. Yeah, you.
Public speaking. Mouth. Food.
Yummy. Yes. Egg.
Ego. Fish. Yes.
Yes. Again, you.
Spot the word.
Hot.
Hot. As a thing.
I don't know what she said.
Bed. Flow.
Nine.
Come on, quick, fast. Hey, anyone can do.
What was it? Nine.
She said move.
Okay, fine. Solar system.
Let's start.
Stars fine. Anyway, yeah, applause for all the children. Join me in welcoming our presiding officer, Toastmasters Pritika.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Or good afternoon. Afternoon. Good afternoon. Anybody remember what I spoke in the last presiding officer address? Nobody remembers? Okay.
You told about the evaluation form and the videos.
Long story short, I spoke about how powerful stories could be. Remember an example from World War II. So last week you all know we attended officers training program at VIP and we got a couple of awards. I would like to quote here, it's my privilege. I received it from the club. This is Excellence in Membership Award. This is not just one award that you think. It consists of 3 more awards. That is Smedley, Talker, Peter Brown. The special credits goes to our ex-Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Triveden, and we had 3 membership awards that happens in a year. In the last year, we achieved all the 3. And this says that we have achieved all the 3 first time in the history. And one more thing, this is for successfully running the campaign. Last term, we had some educational speakers and we did some campaigns, right? That's how club. So this is for that. One big round of applause for all of us. There was one thing that my president trainer notices with me, it's called training. What it is to reduce the burden of all other EXCOM members. Because they are also a Toastmaster, they also want to give speech and all. But sometimes what happens is they get a lot of work and they feel overwhelmed to come to the meeting also. So it's not just the responsibility of president to make sure that they are not overwhelmed, it's also responsibility of the members. Because if you take up a role, take it diligently. You do your homework before, and if you have to send out any reports, after the meeting, go home and send it there. And if you wish for help or external at any point in time, the doors are always open for you. Alright? Okay, let's get started with our session. Let me introduce the special person of the day. This role was not taken up until yesterday. So this was left out. Nobody has taken it. But I said, yeah, I can't do it. It's big, difficult for me to prepare in advance do this big. But our Toastmaster John said, yes, I'll do it. And today is going to make the session beautiful. Let's hand over the session to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster John.
How many of you here want to make sure your speeches are very engaging? How many of you want to keep your audience just to go along with you and just like shake hands and revert to all that you say? My name is John and I'm here to talk to you about how you can keep your audience with you and engage them effectively. Okay, here is. Oh yeah, so thank you so much for being here, of all the work that you had on a Sunday afternoon, of having your nice lunch and just like sleeping at home, or all the other people out there doing a lot of other things. You have chosen to come here and that means you are doing really, really well. You have invested in yourself and I am very much invested in this because I am going to make this time really effective for all of you. Done? How many of you want this session to be really, really good for you? Yeah? Nice. That's really good. So if you stay till the end, here are the three things that I thought I can take you through on how exactly you can keep your audience on the feet, be with you, respond to you, just like participate in all of those things. Second, very, very importantly, how you can use the power of engagement to keep your audience awake on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, that's the more important one. Okay, so now here is where I'm coming from. Last week I went and attended a 4.5 day workshop. It was a 4.5 day high intense workshop. I was very excited before going into the workshop also. It was done by this person called Blair Singer. Blair Singer, it's very, very difficult to get a seat into his workshop itself. It costed a bomb. I had to learn a lot and went there. It was like the life-changing 4.5 hours, 4.5 days of my life. And I thought I take a little bit of the things on the 4.5 days and put it into the 5 minutes that's here. Okay. This particular thing that I'm doing here right now is something that Blair Singer calls as the beginning part of any speech that you're doing. Okay. Now I would like you to reflect on what exactly I came here and asked 2 questions. Did you notice that? What were those 2 questions?
How many of
Engaging and all of those things. Is there anybody who will say no to that? No. So these questions are called the enrolling questions. People know why they are here, and you ask them the same question for them to tell yes to it. And the first time, the moment you go up on stage, you show your hands and tell them, say, this is how you will all be responding. And I ask a question that does not take too much for them to think, but they just say, yes, me too. Okay, even if they're just like sitting there and saying, I don't know why I'm here, what I'm doing here, they're just going to go up and say, because everybody's raising hands, I'm also here for this and all of those things. Second, I introduce myself with saying, my name is John, and I'm here going to be talking about this particular topic. Second step. Okay, actually, this is the third step because even before I asked the enrolling question, I did a scan of the whole room, made eye contact with all of you. Do you know that? So scanning and then asking two enrolling questions. Third one is introducing myself in just like one quick sentence. And the fourth one is to the fourth one is to tell you what's in it for you. So if you stay for the next 2 hours in the very short time that I have, I'm going to tell you 1 and 2. Did you notice me doing that? Yeah. So that is also. And fifth, after this is to say it's called the ETR. Please write down ETR. It's called the earn the right. Because all these white people are sitting there and saying, why should I listen to you? Yeah. So I'm saying it's not me. He taught me, and I'm here to tell you a little bit of things of what I learned from there. This is an ETR. So what would be ETR for us? ETR for us would be like saying, I learned from somewhere, I worked on in this field for a long time, I did all those things. That's the ETR. And the last one is where to actually cover what exactly do. But from the beginning till the end, how many times have I made you raise hands?
What? Twice.
You actually raised hand more than 7-8 times. You didn't even realize. The two ones that I told were the two questions, but many times I said yes. Said yes. How many of you tell me yes? And that's one way of keeping the audience engaged. Getting them to keep doing this. Getting them to keep doing this. You can ask them to do whatever, but the thing is, you talk in questions and not answers. Yeah, so like your sentences are already like our teachers are very good at doing this. What is science? Nobody knows answer, I know, but still, what? It's like question, and they keep this going. Thank you so much for coming. We have one guest also here. And here we have two segments. One segment is prepared speeches where people have prepared at home. They come here and speech will be well made. There's one more segment where we will be given a topic right here and we will be asked to answer. And looking forward to all of your participation there and looking forward to the next 2 hours that we have. Introducing the general evaluator of the day because we get evaluated on all the things that we do here. This is an amazing person, somebody I look up to and was placed by her strength and stays super calm in all of the situations. And I would like all of you to put your hands together for Toastmasters Carolyn, who is
Thank you, Toastmaster John. Good afternoon to all of you. And what is today's theme? Engage all?
Audience.
Okay, so who is the star of the show? The audience, right? Okay. Your Tommy is fit for nothing. Your Tommy is fit for nothing is an evaluation that was given to a little boy. Okay? And today, on his birthday, what happens in the US is all the lights go off. And the world is shown what this planet would be without that boy. Any guesses? Thomas Alva Edison. Okay? So your evaluation can make or break a person. So today we are here to do a very important job. I'm not alone. I have a team with me. And first, I would like to call upon the R counter to come forward and introduce what you're going to do. So over to you, Toastmaster Dasha. As this is engaging with audience, I would like to again I want to do an activity. I'll give you a word, ha. If I show the figure, you have to say that ha number of times. If I show one time, you have to say ha.
One time.
Okay. I think you are exceeding more than 5. Okay, but I will be noticing number of words you are exceeding the same word. When and of, because these kind of words will be in our comment. Thank you so much. Nandini will be playing the role of a grammarian. She's not here, so I would like to introduce the idiom of the day as well as the word of the day. And the role of a grammarian to the guests and the people who are not accustomed to Toastmasters is the person who do a very thorough evaluation if and see if there are any grammatical errors in any of the speeches or the usage. Also, will note all the good use of grammar. The new words that are being spoken by the speakers, the evaluators, and it will be brought out in the report. So the word of the day is is it scintillating or scintillating? Scintillating. What does it mean? Shining. Make a sentence. Abhidasha.
We'll shine every week in the Toastmasters.
The shameless. Use scintillating. Okay, very good. What's the idiom of the week? Ritika, you want to try making a sentence using the idiom of the week, which is a dime and a dozen. What does dime and a dozen mean? Very common. Very, very common. So what in plastic is a dime and a dozen. No? Everywhere you see plastic. Okay. I will also now call upon the timer to come forward and introduce your role.
Today, as a timer, I will type the daily topic speeches, formal speech, and the evaluation. And I will also alert the speakers of the time they left using these three cards. So, for formal speeches, you will limit 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will show the red card. For table topic speeches, the time limit should be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show the red card. For evaluation, the limit should be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show the red card. You will have a buffer time of 30 seconds before or after the green card or red card. For example, if you are participating in table topic speeches, you can speak about 30 seconds or 2 minutes 30 seconds. If you are exceeding that time, you will be disqualified.
Thank you, Toastmasters Narayan, for your detailed report. How many of you have gone to court? How many of you have gone to court? It's not a nice place to go. But maybe you would have watched. Maybe you would have watched in the movies. No? There's something very striking. When you think about the court scene, you remember a woman, right? With the scales. Okay, it's called the scales of justice. So what that denotes is that there's going to be impartial judgment. So me and my team will come back at the close of the meeting to give you a very truthful report of how everybody is done. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was actually about to talk to you about how you can keep the audience engaged by showing things, which are timed beautifully did. I also was about to talk to you about how you can keep your audience engaged by asking them to repeat after you, which is a brilliant piece that our doctor did. Yeah, and one more thing that I noticed from Toastmaster Callan is where she was asking a lot of questions and getting answers from you and then telling what she wanted to tell. Keeping audience engaged on the feet together, right? That's amazing. Okay, so having said that, it's time for us to invite the first speaker, Toastmaster Fatima, onto the stage, before which I would like to invite Toastmaster Preetika to come here and introduce Toastmaster.
Being a target speaker as Toastmaster Fatima, she has chosen a pathway as effective coaching. Today she is going to do a level project. The purpose of the project is to write a speech to the purpose. All the best to Toastmaster Fatima.
Awesome. Inviting Toastmaster Fatima on board for the speech. I'm looking forward to the speech. The speech title is Friends in Life. Toastmaster Fatima. Fatima, Friends in Life.
First of all, good evening to all the Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever tried making friends in middle school? Anyone? Okay. Have you ever tried making friends hardly in the middle school? Yes. One loyal friend is equal to 10,000 relatives. I'll tell you why I say this. When I was in school, I found it really hard to make friends and fit in until that one thing happened in my life that entirely got changed. When I was in 15, I wasn't best in making friends, get along with them. Because from 11th grade, I have to join in the new school. And obviously, new school means we left with more friends. In the new school, I was kind of alone for a couple of months. Okay. I want someone, a good friend, who want, share lunches, study sessions, and everything. Because new friends obviously brings a lot of joys and everything. For a couple of days, I was alone. Similar like me, one new girl joined in the school. Guess what? She has no friends. And this is the best time for me to give an intro. And I asked, are you new to the school and everything? And she asked me, well, will you be my friend? I said, okay, this is the right time for me to, give a handshake. And I said, yes, I will be your friend. And guess what? After a couple of days, our friendship was going super good, never expected. As we got into friends, we used to show those silly things, like from now on, you're the thick friends, and nothing will come between us. Everything, all those silly things we said and everything. One day, suddenly, she came and asked, do you want to make more friends? I said, dude, you're my friend. And she shocked and looked around. By the time I didn't understand what is the actual problem, she came along with me and she introduced me 6 bunch of people. I was like, okay, yeah. She said, dude, she's our classmate. And I've got 6 bunch of people in our classmates itself. By that time, all I could think was how I could, get along with them, get to impress them. Because she's already created a very good rapport with them, which I didn't never done it. And I was kind of thinking like that. And luckily, our friendship was 6 people converted into like 8 people. So they're like a big group in the school. Our friendship was growing very good. Teachers are the great spoilers in friendships. What happened? Our friendship as was going very well. Our group split it into 3. 8 people split it into 3 groups based on the rank basis. Average rank, like intermediate rank and the lower rank. Luckily, I was put it in the average, like who scores 80% of the marks, I was put it in that class. I was a very good average student who scores nearly 80 marks, but I hate mathematics. Except mathematics, all subjects are my favorite. So I was, because of the growth, put us in a good, very good growth, What happened after that? In all the exams, even though we are a good friends, we are a thick friends, but one thing we will do is we never let the rank go to others. In every exams, we put ourselves into a lot of times. We study very hard so that they never rank go to others. And guess what? The student who was studying very average, he was facilitated the first rank in the school. That was it. Because, as I told you earlier, one loyal friend is equal to 10,000 relatives. Why? Because when you get a good friend, you will have the same ideas. The friends will motivate you, engage you in everything. That friend groups me. When I was studying the average rank, they put me in a kind of a state which I never expected, even my family was never expecting. Because our families used to say, have a good rank, study. No, that girl was studying like that. You are a nice girl, why you are studying like that? Because I came from the teacher's background and professor background. And I was a good student. In maths, I will maximum I'll get 75 marks, 74, 74 and a half or 75. That's it. Close to the passing mark only. Because of this friends group, I was able to kind of have a good, steady goals. I was able to make great extent possibility of, marks. So those are the 2 my best friends. One of the friends' name is Aibel, and another friends of my name is Dafia. Because when you get one good friend in your life, that good friend will lift you up, will motivate you for the further. Because friends, as I said, brings more joy, not only joy. If you get one good friend, they will change your life entirely. It could be in a school, it could be in the colleges, or it could be, in the professional of your life. Because always we expect, parent can be as a good friend, but one good friend can actually change my life. Because of those good marks, I was able to get seat in the college with good marks. As I just said, I was able to, kind of a capability to sit with the good people in the colleges because of the only of the marks. As I told you, a loyal, good friend is equal to 10,000 relatives. That's what I mean.
That's awesome. She started with 2 enrolling questions. Did you guys know this? We are going to be looking at all these texts very different types long. That's awesome. Okay. Next we have Toastmaster Trivedi doing a speech. 1 minute silence. 1 minute silence for the evaluator. Who's coming? So evaluation form is coming here WhatsApp group for the others to give your thoughts, Fatima. Done. It's time for second prepared speech of the day. Toastmaster Trivedi is ready with speech. Before introducing Toastmaster Trivedi, I would like to introduce the evaluator with big heart. Toastmaster Ravidasha has accepted to evaluate right now, just before the meeting started. Drop out. Thank you so much. And thank you, assistant.
My target speaker is Toastmaster Trivedi. Currently, he is working on the project titled Sinking with the Ship. Pathway Presentation Mastery, Level 3, Project 12. So, I'll be looking how he persuade his audience. Okay, I welcome Toastmaster Trivedi.
Thank you.
All this.
Okay, so welcome to Toastmaster Trivedi, classy speaker of our club, yes, yeah. So persuasion is something that's really close to my heart. Also, I've been reading a lot about it recently, and looking forward to your speech right now. Toastmaster Trivedi, sinking with the ship, sinking in the ship. Toastmaster Trivedi.
First, I'm audible to everyone, right? Yes. A captain sings with his ship. Now, this is a quote and quite certain many of you might have heard of. I'm sure you've heard, right? You must have watched the movie Titanic. Yes. So, coincidentally, this quote was popularized in the real incident when the HMS Titanic sank in 1912. See, the captain of the ship at that time was Captain Edward Smith. Unlike the movies, he was very much directly involved in saving as well as rescuing the passengers. See, he coordinated his subordinates to ensure that the women and the children are first evacuated. And then he tried to do that same thing with his employees as well, with the seamen as well. But when he came to know the ship was sinking, he gave his life along with the rest of the other people to ensure that the women and children have a chance to move forward. And because of this action that day, see, this quote was popularized, and it was etched into the legacy of the maritime tradition, such that across World War I, World War II, and even in the Indo-Pakistan War in 1971, every maritime power focused on building a leadership skill that is based on their subordinate satisfaction. Do you understand where I'm going through this? Have an idea? Never mind. I'll give you another story. See, this all culminated last week. You must have read newspapers, right? Sure, what happened to our dear neighboring country? An unfortunate situation. I'll just summarize it short. See, Bangladesh is a country that has been on somewhat of a turmoil in the recent days, but it all culminated in June when, due to a faulty quota system that was implemented by the government, the students, the future of the country, rightfully protested against it. But the government and the leader, instead of mediating, instead of speaking with them, they implemented a series of more escalations. Escalations that led to the anarchy that was present. Until last week, the leader decided to evacuate the country and leave and seek asylum, leaving the rest of the country people to focus on the carnage and the destruction that was left behind in the wake of this. I'm sure now you would understand what I'm going through. Let's give another example as well, because I've read enough that we have the same situation happening in the neighbor beneath us, Sri Lanka. Ever since the end of the 2007 civil war, brutal end, the country was in an economic turmoil, but it was somewhat stabilized by somewhat competent leadership. The leaders, however, they practiced a certain degree of nepotism, cronyism, as well as authoritarianism, and a bunch of other isms that you can compare together. But ultimately, it led, due to the COVID-19 and the other factors, led to an economic depression, which turned the people against them. Instead of listening, they decided to point fingers at each other. And then that is what politicians, most of them, tend to do, point fingers at each other. And then ultimately, the people were being dissatisfied and they were kicked out very publicly. There were images of videos of the entire event that was popularized across social media. They must have all seen about it. Now you know what I do. Basically, what I'm talking about is leadership. Leadership through grassroots and the ability to take responsibility and take ownership of our actions. See, we are in Toastmasters, we focus on communication, public speaking, and leadership development. In fact, most of us, we tend to be, some of us tend to be leaders in our own profession itself. We are from various professions. We have doctors, we have businessmen, and we have IT professionals and engineers. Some of us are leaders of a team of 5 or 6 people. Some of us are aspire to be leaders, and we have joined Toastmasters. And I feel it is essential that we must look at these examples and learn from them. Over here, these 2 leaders that I mentioned, they showed a distinct lack of responsibility and acceptability. And they were very much authoritarian. That is, whatever they thought to their benefit, whatever plans and schemes that they thought it was to their benefit, they implemented it across the country. This led to a serious detriment and a serious disconnect between the people as well as the leadership level. This is something we should try to avoid. I'll give you another story of this type of an effective and an efficient leadership in case of crisis. How many of you have heard of Johnson and Johnson? It's a very famous pharmaceutical, isn't it? Yes. See, in the 1980s, they faced a crisis. In Chicago, they have this medicine called Tylenol, which was prominent across all the pharmacies in Chicago, except in this case, they have a certain degree of impurity of cyanide added in the tablets. This caused untold number of deaths across the county of Chicago. To combat this, then CEO of Johnson & Johnson, James Burke, he decided to come forward. He accepted the blame. He publicly accepted the responsibility. Instead of pointing fingers at anyone, he accepted responsibility. He accepted the blame. He met with each and every one of the victims individually, spoke with them, gave them compensations. And after that, he then proceeded to withdraw all the Tylenol medicines, approximately 30 billion medicines that were present across various pharmacies. He withdrew them at an expense of $100 million to the company, which is a huge amount for a corporate as big as that. And then he publicly apologized to them. He replaced the medicines for free of cost. He paid his lunch and he bought back the market value and he bought back Johnson & Johnson to the once again to the position where it was once before since then. So as I was saying, leadership must take accountability and responsibility. Thank you. Thank you very much.
1 minute silence for the collaborators to collect their thoughts. I will let me know when just. Okay, so how many of you are looking forward to the next 6 months with the new team? It's called the new yeah, it's called, yes. So we had a OTP last week and we had a lot of learnings out there and we thought that that should be understood by all of the club also. And so Pritika said I'm happy to take the members through what exactly we learned from there. And here we have Pritika, the deciding officer, taking us through what exactly we learned from the meeting last week.
How many of you have not taken this role, Toastmaster of the Day? Or how many of you have taken this role only once? Or thinking, why have you not considered taking this role?
Waiting for the right chance.
Okay. And why did you take only once?
Yeah, probably beginning of the last week. So I guess that's why it's one time I took the
Why you both did not take it? Maybe for I guess they are hiding the room. Waiting for the time. John, you see, there are so many people waiting for the right time. Some people find this role to be overwhelming. But you see, when you take up this role, you can brush up a lot of your different skills. From time management to people management to your listening skills and your consciousness. I'm here to help you to do this role much better. This is not going to be a big educational session at all. I'm just going to ask some questions. And let you know the to-do list of Toastmaster of the Day. How important Toastmaster of the Day for you?
Sets the theme of the meeting. PMOD sets the theme of the meeting.
How important it is?
Should be tremendously important because every other aspect of the meeting is supposed to implement.
So Toastmaster of the Day is so important, right? He's the core. He or she is the root of the meeting. If Toastmaster of the Day is not there, who will organize the meeting? How the meeting will go and flow? It's like mother or father of a family, CEO of a company. It's so important in our Toastmasters meeting. So important, right? So we have to do some homework before we take up this role or before we come to the stage. So Toastmaster of the Day has to be working with different set of people. We can broadly classify them into four. One is speakers, the first group is speakers. The second is table topic master, the entire session. And the third is auxiliary role players. The fourth is the agenda evaluator. Okay? So, as a speaker, there is something that you have to do. Every speaker goes out, thinks for a topic, and then write down your script and rehearse it. And some people forget to do one more step. That is, when you go to your Toastmasters International website, you should download your evaluation form and you should send it to your speaker evaluator and they're talking to Toastmaster of the day. You don't have to wait until somebody comes and asks you what is your topic. When you choose to be a speaker, it is mandatory thing that you should be doing. So somebody is asking you. Okay? If somebody and it's also Toastmaster of the Day's duty to check whether they have gotten all the topics, whether all the speaker evaluators has the evaluation form. It's not the role of PT education. That's the clarification that I wanted to do. Toastmaster of the Day has to do for that particular week, not the. Should not do it. If Toastmaster of the Day has any problem, the go-to is Vice President of Education. Okay. The second group is table topic master. Once you have chosen, you should get in contact with table topic master. Hey, I have chosen this theme for the day. Come prepared with some topics that is relevant to the theme. Okay. And the third thing is with the auxiliary role players, you don't have to do so much. If they have any doubts, you can clarify them. And for the evaluator, what a general evaluator does. Evaluates the meeting, right? Toastmaster of the day has to check whether general evaluator is evaluating properly. Okay? And so these are the homeworks that you have to do before coming to the meeting. Once you get to the stage, what is the person who introduced Toastmaster of the day?
Deciding officer.
But it's here. So once you come to the stage, Toastmaster of the day will introduce theme of the day. And you see what our mom does when some stranger comes to her house. They doesn't know anybody. She introduces, right? So as a Toastmaster of the day, you are got a go. So you should take responsibility to introduce what is Toastmasters, what is this meeting to the guests. Once that is done, you call general evaluator. General evaluator, he or she who is job. Job that is to introduce the target. And then you move on to the first segment, that is batch speech. There are 3 steps that you should do for each speaker. First, you should call the speaker evaluator, and then they give speech, and then 1 minute of silence. When you introduce the speaker, it is so crucial. Suppose if you are in a contest, if you make any minor mistake or if you repeat a word twice, the entire contest has to restart. So understand how important it is to introduce speaker in the right way. For example, let's take Toastmaster John is giving a speech. You should introduce the handshake and then Toastmaster John, how to engage your audience. How to engage your audience, Toastmaster John. This is the format in which you should be introducing the speaker. First, the speaker's name and the topic, again the topic and then speaker's name. Make sense? And then after speakers, everybody will be tired, we go for a break. After break, you all might have your different stories. So people will completely forget what the theme is. So Toastmaster of the day has to go and revisit that theme. After that, you call table topic master for a TT session, and then if there are some auxiliary role players, you have to call them individually. And then finally, you call general evaluator for evaluation segment. That's it. You just have to be a you have to manage the transition. That's the main thing for Toastmaster of the day has to do. And then you finally close it and then hand over to general deciding officer. And those who take up the role of general evaluator, you should make sure the tag team is working properly. Even before the meeting, in the meeting, after the meeting. Mostly we do that in the meeting. Before the meeting, you have to ensure that all that team is clear with their roles and responsibilities. Some people, sometimes somebody might be taking up the rules for the first time. It is the responsibility of the gender department to make sure that her or his team is ready before the meeting with the roles and responsibilities, and the report should be sent to them. The plan is good. And in the meeting, you are already doing a great job. After the meeting, one more thing you should do, you should make sure that your tag team and yourself sends the report in the group. So how many of you will take up the role next week? Ready to take up in the coming weeks? We not the next. I'm very happy to see many hands. It's not a difficult role, we can see the role. This will be sent to the group. If you want to have a grasp of it, you can just do that. Back to Toastmasters, education assessment.
Thank you so much for this clarity. I think more than just about how the show runs every week on week, there is one more thing. I attended VTC at a district in UK online because I couldn't come this day. And there was one very important point that they were talking about. There is VP membership, but all the other members can act as VP membership in spreading word, bringing in guests. There is VP education, but all the other members can contribute in saying, hey, here's something that I learned recently, it will be great for my club to do. There is, so each of these roles are there, but it's when you don't have a role, you have to leave it to play on the roles. And through the VP of whatever that brings, and that makes the club more stronger and gets the club to work, develop more, and for everybody else to be noticing the club also. With that, we break for 10 minutes now, and after 10 minutes, we come back with some more exciting things to discuss. Thank you. Okay. Welcome back. Big round of applause for all of this. So I thought I catch up with one more technique that actually changed the whole perspective of my teaching for me. And I think this one technique I learned long ago, but they reiterated here also. You are teaching on stage, okay? And this classroom is rectangle shape right now. Somebody from this corner is asking me a question. One enthu kid from here is asking me a question. What am I supposed to do as a trainer or speaker? Answer them. What about my movements? Go towards them and tell them saying, hey, what was your question? That was really interesting. Do this? No. Am I not losing out on the rest of the crowd here? Yes, so you tell them saying, oh, that's a brilliant question, and move as far as possible from that particular child and call out everybody and say, guys, we have a very interesting question here. And say, I'm going to answer this question, but how many of you have this doubt? Involve everybody together. Okay? Say, you don't know the answer to the child, or why am I saying child? Well, anybody. So you don't have the answer. It's perfectly fine for you to tell saying, very interesting question. You are too brilliant because that kind of a question nobody's asked me to know on this particular topic. Anybody here knows the answer? We are empowering them, throwing it back on them and telling them saying, hey, can somebody answer? Pass the mic, speak, tell them what exactly it is. I'm here to learn along with you and all of those things. So that way, this is one very, very simple technique. So usually my classrooms are in circle. That means there is no teacher in the class. Like wherever I stand, whoever wants to talk can talk. But still, if the person next to me is asking me a question, I immediately walk farther from that person and stand there because it's not a conversation between me and that particular student or participant. It is a conversation that everybody has to listen to. Having said that, let's move on to the next technique segment of the table. Table topics, which I am still very nervous about, and who better than to contact today from somebody who's just like springing up in quality and standards week by week. Toastmasters Santosh today has
Thank you, Toastmaster John. I am the table topic master of today's meeting, where this is an inappropriate speech. I just randomly call people and give a topic and they have to speak. Like who are nervous? Yeah, just two people. All others will just rapidly come here. Okay, I hope. The time limit for the table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. And you know the time limit, 1 minute green card, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow card, and 2 minute red card. We have got a buffer time of 30 seconds. Okay. I come up with the Uno cards. So I played Uno cards. Love Uno cards. Other people's just try for once. You will like. Okay. Now let's call the person. Yeah, pick random guys. Like, pick someone. Yeah, Vani, come on. They have to pick a card. Yeah, you can show. Oh, it's not my show. Sorry, what's not Abhidasha? This will not work the way you said. Start. Okay. What is a dish you like and you can describe the recipe? There's something Maggie itself. Okay. We can tell. One dish. Dish. Yeah, dish. Something to English.
Eating again. Actually, don't laugh. I love someone.
You know how to make sambar?
Yeah.
I want you to describe the recipe, like how to make sambar in the reverse order.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You have to soak a lemon-sized tamarind in hot water and take the pulp out and just the juice and pour it in the sambar and you have to cut the vegetables and put it in the dal which is already there. This is what I do as sambar, okay? And you have to put 2 spoons of sambar powder. It can be ready-made or homemade. That is yours. And salt, turmeric powder. No, that is not okay. And then it's already on. Stove is on. Okay, and then cut the vegetables and put. Take a cooker and put some dal, turmeric powder, salt, garlic, onion, tomato. Sorry. Put it on the stove and cook it for in the low flame for 4 whistles. This is what I do as sambar. Thank you.
I don't know how to make sambar. Let's call Toastmaster Fatima stage.
I paid this people, normally works. If not kids. It is a speaker.
Nobody. No. What is the one thing or person that you love the most? But don't use the word love in your speech.
Repeat it again. What is the one thing?
One thing or person that you love the most. But don't use the word love in your speech. You don't.
If you have a person,
You have to skip the word love.
Love. Only speak the word love.
it can be public person or
Anything.
I have a pet at home. Okay. I just adore the pet. She's very little. She's kind of in 2.5 years old. Her name is Violet. Initially, when we got the pet, we thought this is the male only. And I got a pair of female. Before getting the female, we have to do a DNA test. For the DNA test, okay, we have to get a feather from her. Actually, she is a parrot. I thought of revealing it in the last, but for the DNA test, I have to tell you. We have to pluck one feather from her. And then we have to send it to the lab in the Bangalore. What I have found, I thought of that as a male. What I found it, she is a female. And the pet master also given to me as a male only, and he has charged nearly 25 to 30,000 rupees for the parrot because she is the American parrot. Okay, when she comes to my life, because during the COVID time period, I have to combat this loneliness and everything. For that, I bought her. Okay, she is after bringing her in my life. Okay, she amazed me in all her way with the presence. Okay, she's kind of as soon as I entered into the home, she will be screaming her with the sweetest voice, and she'll be calling me mama, mama every time. And when she is feeling hungry, also she called me mama. And for my husband also, she used to call me Kaku. This pet, after I think before my child, we thought as if she is my child only. That kind of is importance I have given her, because wherever I go, even to if I go for a trip, if I go for meet my mother-in-law's or my mom's house, I used to take her everywhere. That's how I adore her. After she came in my life, I was feel very gratitude, because that is the kind of pet I so much. She's a kind of a universe for me.
Only two cards left. Then who's next? Yeah. Please on.
I like the white card. Draw the white. Let's do it.
I want you to pick a companion first.
Mandir. Who's the thing?
Let's say two characters, good and evil. Who need to be good and who need to be evil?
Your home. And it's
See, Nandini loves It's okay. The club has nominated you for the role of the president. The angel talks in favor of taking up the role. The devil is being selfish and telling you not to take it. How this has to be done means we have some good and evil inside us. Good tells something you have to do and you will get success. The evil demotivate you and maybe try to distract you something. Likewise, you both need to talk. Like you are the good one, you are the evil one. You want to
that person is nominated as president, and he say now evil and good will be dominated. Evil will be demotivated, good will be thinking what also they do.
Imagine that person is some.
Okay, imagine I'm the person. He is the guy.
I didn't say it.
Santosh is the Riley and you're the evil and
Okay, you start. As soon as this is the nice opportunity, you can develop your basic skills, can improve yourself for whatever ways you can. So you can do it. I don't think so. It's the right studying for you. You have to learn a lot, and you are still starting. I don't even they all support you. I don't think so. You don't have the skill. A lot of things. So better like sleep studies and stuff like this. So you should not stop this morning because we have to improve. So that you should definitely come out of it also. If you become this way, you miss your mistakes, then all is better. See, my nice review of you. So better to avoid mistakes. I don't think so. You just stay as an audience and
see a lot of dictionary and get inspired from people around you, and you'll definitely do it. So don't get fear, just move on. Just go do this.
There is a lot of stress when managing and first president is very important. You have to manage a lot of people. Like you have to ask them, like this whole burden will fall on your head. And either I have a lot of stress, your mind, sleep and all will go. Because every Sunday comes, yeah, like you see the roads are filled and all focus is on it. So it's better.
See, usually you will have screenshots of their occasional goals or something like that. So just see every morning you get, first thing that you see, okay, then what it is. So please do that. Then you will get confidence in yourself and you will definitely
I'm getting motivated.
What if what if you are not able to accomplish that mark, even after you become the president, you are not able to fulfill the expectations of others? Because everyone have a lot of expectations from you. What if you're not able to fulfill this? Then you will be, depressed and won't be able to take over.
Thank you for your amazing service.
Okay.
Any one card left? Yes. Yes, we will call you in the next round. Call for Monica. Saving this card for Monica. Okay, you can. Yeah, so, Monica. Talk about anything, but in this short speech, you have to use at least 4 emotions. Like anger, fear, sad, afraid, something. The 4 emotions you need to include in your speech.
I read a book today morning. It was a motivational book. In that book, author has traveled to a place and he is staying there. From the next room, he has heard a loud sound of a child crying. Immediately, he got so much anger and he was like, why this child is crying? That author is a monk. He was like, better don't get married, don't get children also. Why these people are producing children and creating the other's life they kill? And after 5 minutes, after calming down his brain, he has thought, why I am thinking like that? Is that voice of child is going to affect me in any way? I could calm myself. Why I am getting interrupted by that child? Then he has analyzed himself and he comes to a conclusion that our brain, it thinks that it has superpower to get involved in everything. Even though we need not engage ourselves in so many things, it will allow us to prove itself as a superhero and it will comment on things unnecessarily. So, in order to remain happy and calm, don't trust your brain. Even if it tries to tell you something, first think whether you need it or not. If you are not needing it, so better stop your thinking there itself and do something else. Thank you, Professor.
Okay, let's shuffle the cards again and pick some random things. Okay. Come on. I thought, yeah, come on. We have to use the 4 emotions in a speech. Right. But I'll give you some. Describe a memorable experience from your life, and you have to express 4 emotions in that.
Memorable experience in my life was 4 emotions.
Yeah. Started first emotion. You can try.
Okay, my college days, I did my college. Okay. There used to be segregation in hostels. People from day scholars tend to go, are not allowed in the hostels. I think this rules are same applicable to journalism. Naturally, we used to disobey the rules. Every time. There were occasions where we were almost caught. Nearly caught. See, they used to have ID checks, mandatory ID checks, and face-to-face information work, but we used to bypass them by going through the credits. But sometimes when the security or all these people are a bit more vigilant, that's when we got caught. We were nearly caught, and incidents like this happened. An incident like this happened once, wherein we were basically bunking the class, okay, and then the teacher responsible, his teaching assistant was he was there in the hostel, and he nearly got.
Now I would like to call Toastmaster Kalini. Feelings. You know what it means? Sure. Yeah, I will give you a describe something or someone who bring you joy and fulfillment, but don't use the word happiness.
When I was 27, I appointed 5 brokers. They are working different area for my good partner. I am trying to find a good partner in nearby area. Actually, I prefer to marry in village girl. But one broker told me always, Bangalore, there was a beautiful girl, only one girl who have a lot of property. He told me like this. I reject so many offers. Finally, I found a very comfortable partner nearby area. She looks like very cute and innocent. Her age is 21. She don't know how to use the mobile phone. I asked her, did you watch cinema? What is your favorite hero or heroine? She told me, oh, I don't know. Even she did not go in cinema. So that's why I thought she was very innocent. So finally I decided one of the broker and set the deal. I married her. I can live my life, my own style. When I was 27, I played every morning. When I was 39, I'm also playing every day. So that's my greatness of my life partner. Thank you.
I would like to call Toastmaster Nandini for the speech. This time I think we talk. Yes. Think of a place you love visiting and describe it, the journey on the resort. Yeah. Like the Sambar. Take Sambar as an example.
Excuse me.
Like you love a place visiting, no? Like for Toastmaster, how you come to Toastmaster to get in a resort. It's an example.
As Santosh said, I felt how I used to go around to the meeting. After completing the meeting, I'll be like, Havada, I finished it. Like I'll be relaxed. And I'll take the bus
And then while I'm going the bus, I will think about reading what we are done and what I made mistakes, all those things I will be thinking. And then I will reach bus stand. My father will pick me from there and I'll go home. I was to say, I won't say in the reverse order, but yeah, from bus. So next, okay, I can skip the honey. Okay, from home, I'll have my lunch. And from having my lunch, I'll get ready. Before getting ready, I'll wake up in the morning. Thank you.
I would like to call Toastmaster Abhidasha for the class.
Enjoying the show.
I'm going to enjoy the third very pick a who's good and who's she's for you.
She's happy.
We have just found a magic lamp and the genie offered you two wishes. The angel is encouraging you to use for the good thing, and the devil is encouraging you to use it for a bad thing. I'm the one who will get two wishes. Yeah, you need to talk like use the two wishes for selfishness. You can convince me like use it for good things.
That's apple tree. Let's go on and have that apple.
I don't see any of that. No, you need to convince me.
Let's go and have that apple. Let's go and have that apple. You have to say something, yes, not interested. Certainly. Very tasty. Look at the color, how red it is. Shiny. If you eat, the juice comes out of it. And your stomach will get fulfilled. After the state, satisfied.
Please answer. I know you love playing games. You use the wishes to get something, some toys or some PlayStation, some memory or some possible things to play. Don't spend it on a good cause. Nothing you'll get in return. Buy games. Play.
My big sister has told me.
We'll have one. Share other apples too. So many people who are hungry can help poor by giving the apple. And you can also plant so many apple trees. After eating the seed, you know, waste it, you plant the seed, and it will grow into trees. People will bless you.
If you do some things with your use that, then forget it. But if you can do something good for your sisters, your sister, your family, don't do things to the world.
Yes, of course, sisters are very important. You have a lot of sisters in the world. You can also help them. Not only sisters, they will become good mothers. You can get so many brothers. Don't think you have two sisters. You have a lot of sisters around. You will get a good family. So many families.
Don't you want your kids to be rich? Then what? Work hard toward their life. You have two good opportunities. If you use that for yourself, the rest of the life you can just sit and simply relax. You do whatever things you want, you can watch 24 hours. Every series, anything that they watch.
Apple also in the apples, sell apples, will become a good businessman, and you will become a landlord, and you will become a good agriculturalist. This is the backbone of our country. Yes, we are really. Yes,
Both things.
Santosh, you see, you are waking up 5 in the morning. That too, you are very too sleepy, but you somehow manage to find where is the bathroom. And then you run away in 5 minutes later into the couch and you spend full day to be tired. If you use this, and just get grades and simply memorize everything from magical bars. You don't have to study intelligence. It's selfish.
why should believe in magic? You create magic. And that's so many people's life. Yes, you become a magician for others. You have 2 days, do or die. You have want to do something, do that.
Thank you.
Lost.
Say what is
So you are the good side, and audience are also on the good side.
okay, be the God and check what you do in the middle.
Thank you for the amazing table topic segment for you all participating in this. Now I would like to hand over the stage to the Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster John.
Big round of applause for everyone. Amazing. Okay. Can't hurt me. Who remembers that?
There's a book.
It's a book.
Carolyn, Toastmaster Carolyn.
Nice. I think I'm also on the 3rd chapter of the book right now. It's a really long book. I listen to the audio book usually. It's a 14-hour long book. So I'm in the 5th hour or something, which is still in third chapter. It's like really good. That's an amazing book. And in the audio version of the book, the author himself is talking about the reasons of why he wrote that also. It's very, very interesting. And welcoming our bookmaster for today, Toastmaster Fatima, is going to share the book.
So as I going to get a master role, any book readers in the group? Okay, that's a good number. I didn't expect it. Okay, those who are good readers, good speed readers, I suggest you to read this book. This book says was what everybody is saying. Okay, this is the one of my favorite book. Wherever I go, I used to take this book. Have anyone watched me in Toastmasters in last like few months ago or something like? I've been carrying this book. Anybody watched me? No, you watched me. Because this book has written very clearly. We see actually, but we do not observe. We just be chewing just as everyone sees, but we do not observe. But this book will tell you how to observe things. Because this is such an insightful book which we practice about the non-verbal communication. Any idea what is non-verbal communication?
That's your body.
What language? Not only body language, also it means transmitting information similar to the spoken words, but achieved through the facial expressions, gestures, body movement. Body movement, even the jewelry, the clothes you wear, and also the tattoos which people used to have on their hands and wear. Nowadays, forget about it. Even the tone of the temper when you speak in front of the person, everything, what you observe, what you are not really actually seeing, that is how I want to see. According to the version in the book, non-verbal, Asian spoke in the book, is a dialogue. It says, only human beings, 60 to 65% will really observe things. Other than that, during people love making constitute on 100% of communication between the partners movement, non-verbal between the persons are the information. Why I am saying this? That is one famous English author used to say. What you truly see is not in always observed. You just see individual. That's it. This book, when you start reading it, this is the great book written by Joe Navarro's. He's an ex-FBI agent, but also he's a famous public speaker. He decoded the human body language every step by step. If you want to interact with any human being without even talking, you can read this book. This is the must-read book. Do you know what is the hardest part of our body?
Please.
No. Many cases. Hardest part of our body. Man or woman is going and give an exam. Okay. We used to compress our lips like this. Okay. Compressing the lip is a kind of a fear you are showing. If a student is going to give an exam, he's compressing his lip and starting his head. So obviously he's in the fear of the exam. So if you start reading this book, you can easily decode the human body language step by step. You don't need to interact with them. For that, you have to start observing the people first. And then this book this is a universal applicability book. This you can use in your family persons, without talking with them, you can, because of the book knowledge, you can use this. It's really helpful to the people who are, in public speaking. This is one of my great mentors told me to have this book. Once I started having this book, it's keeping me engaged. I never let this book. Wherever I go, I almost finish this book twice. I'm still reading it. The more you read, you will able to analyze the actual message of it.
It's time for evaluation. It's time for evaluation. That's another way of engaging with audience. You tell them the answer first itself and ask them fill in the blanks. Okay? I can't hear you. It's time for evaluation. Let's put our hands together for evaluation.
So we begin with the evaluation of the prepared speeches, for which I call upon Toastmaster Kritika to give her evaluation of Toastmaster Fatema's speech.
Firstly, I would like to congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Fatima, for successfully completing level 1 project today. You had a good start. You started with the question. You find it difficult to have friends in the school days. It's something that everybody in our life can relate at some point in our life. So that is a very good start. You engage your audience with the question. You also mentioned by Toastmaster John. And then the structure of your speech was nice. You started with questions and then you have gone into explaining your personal stories and then at the end you convey the message that you wanted to say. That structure I liked it, it was good. And your flow was good. You made an excellent eye contact. However, I wanted to give you some suggestions to lead through your speech. Firstly, I found something distracting in your speeches. You're constantly moving your hands. I find it a little bit distracting, but when was one of your hand was occupied, you are not so much constantly moving your hands. That is one thing. And the other thing is you are constantly standing on one of your leg, and after some time you are moving to other leg. That was fine because when you give a speech, you are fully absorbed. So I find it a little bit distracting. It was you can try to reduce that. And then one more thing, you had some conversation in your speech. You could have made it a real life conversation, like when you had some new friend coming to your class, it could be like, are you new to school? And then you could have moved the other side and made some changes in your voice. And then you could have said the reply that your friend said that. Will you be your friend? Like, that is something your friend asked. Like, you could have made some distinction between you and your friend. You could have narrated that situation in the stage. You could have had more impact in your speech. In the middle, you said some messages exactly after your school story. You said some message, but you were a bit fast in that phase. your message was not seen as conveyed to your audience. You were bit fast and move to the next phase of your speech. So I would suggest whenever you say the message, pause a bit and get into the serious mode and convey it in a slower tone. Like take some pauses in your message. To conclude your speech, you had a good structure, flow, good message, and you most importantly meet the purpose of the speech, that is to write a speech purpose. Some things that I think you can work upon is your hand movements and your leg movements. And
Master Bhumika, now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Abhilash sir to come forward and give Toastmaster presentations.
I would like to congratulate Toastmasters Nivedan for completing his project Persuasion. He started his speech with a story, an invention. We all know that invention, like the captain of the ship itself had a story inside. Every time he looked at the audience and whether they got the story or not, he related that story with the story of one story. He gave three stories. So we can say that I got three stories from one speech. All the stories are related to us from our childhood. These incidents has been happening from our childhood. We will be living through it. So I would appreciate him in that he is interviewing on that particular point. And he also gave an example on leadership, how a leadership should. He reminded of the management skills. My suggestion is he had connected the stories. He missed connecting the words. Little. And you said of like Bangladesh Prime Minister, when you said about that captain name, you should also say about the Bangladesh President, Prime Minister, Sri Lanka President, Prime Minister, and also give the example who are the good leaders. In this speech, I have seen authoritarians, bad leaders, but also give the example who excels in leadership. Other countries, even you could have given example of our country, how our leaders used to implement those things. When some revolution happened, or when some student strikes happened, something like that. This is the only suggestion. This small thing gives you the audience. Body language is good, the voice is clear, and the words he used also known to the audience before. He did not use the vocabulary which is hard to the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash sir. Now moving on to the general evaluation. Start with the two evaluators. Kritika, I really like the way that you gave the foundation and also how you observed your target speaker and how you have, you know, even small things like posture, standing on one leg, small things on the body language, on how she was tense. And you also related it to something good that she did as a book master. All these small things, go a very long way in improving your speaker. So thank you so much for that. We learned a lot from your evaluation today. Similarly, Abhilash, it was very nice that you were able to, look into Toastmasters Nivedan's speech. Though it was short notice, still, you put it up and you did a very good job. One small correction, the evaluator usually does not welcome the speaker. That's the role of the Toastmaster for the day. That was a small correction. And you take it. Then we will try to work upon it in the subsequent episodes.
Jen, we had actually started maybe just 1 minute late. Has taken it up. Monish did a wonderful job as well. But after Santosh has said, every time he comes with something very innovative, it is, people want to come and tickle your courage. So every time, okay, today what is he going to do? And he is really improving in leaps and bounds. So that was very, very amazing. So thank you for that. And our presiding officer, last week we didn't have a meeting, but she remembered something that was spoken about in the previous meeting. And when she had come, I was just thinking last week I did not come. But I forgot that there wasn't a meeting last week. But she was like trying to refresh us on what we had learned the previous week. So keeping up with that flow is very important. Also, she took a short session on how to reduce stress among the EXCOM members and how to prepare to take up roles. She asked everybody if they have done that role, and if they have not done, how they can prepare for it. Very beautifully, in a capsule, she nicely put it up, and thank you so much, Pratika, for that. And the table topic master, oh my God, oh my God, he was too good. He just hit the ball out of the park. What can we say? From taking digs at Abhidaksha. No, that is not how it works. And then the way he called out Vani, and the way he was pulling everybody's leg, and that good and bad. It's like a role play. You don't expect that in a table topic, and then he asked Monica to come, and what fun, great fun. Thank you so much for that. What can we learn to make things better in our meetings? There's this story about person was during the world. I'm not very sure. Maybe when in the time of Abraham Lincoln's reign, he had taken away the capital punishment and death penalty. So what happened is, I'm not very sure what was the war that was happening, but during the war, there was this person who was a soldier and who was about to be killed. And what he does is he takes his locket, he opens it out, and there's a picture of someone, and he kisses, and then he died. Now, anybody has any guess who that person would have been? You might think that it might be his girlfriend, or it might be the mother who brought him into this world, or it might be his child who he brought into this world, somebody very closely connected. No, wasn't that? It was Abraham Lincoln's photograph. Now, why would some random man want to kiss a leader's photo just before he breathes his last? Why would he want to do? Because there's a flashback. He was who was pardoned, who was given a new life. He went on to train himself. He would have died a very shameful death by the death penalty. But because he had trust that there is hope for anybody to improve, because the president thought that by forgiving somebody, he gives them a new life. And this man went on to train, and he ended up as a martyr for his country. Right? So anyone, however you might be, good or bad, you can definitely, there is always hope for improvement. We cannot find anyone else. Today we're talking about the audience, right? So it's very important when we come and stand here, if the audience is not there, no good. So I would like to compare the audience like this mother eagle, when you read about the mother eagle, this is very interesting thing. What she does is she goes and her nest is not like the crows and the sparrows and all, not low. It is like on top of a cliff, right on top. And what she does is when they are maybe 30 days old or something, they're just fledglings. What she does is she goes and she pushes them to the rim of the nest and she throws it off cliff. And these birds, no, they will be screeching and no, they'll be really in distress. They will think that I'm going to die. But just before they hit the floor, she hold them and take them back to repeat the entire exercise. And I think this Toastmasters meeting is also something like that. You know, you're just pushed to do something. You're chicken scared inside. No, I mean, everybody thinks that, oh, this person must be very confident. You only know outside like this swan looks very serene, no, beautiful. Inside there is a lot of this restless peddling. Only you know how anxiety provoking it is. And it's the audience who makes that person very comfortable. You know, the acknowledgement, the eye contact, the nods, all that puts that person at ease. So I thought the meeting was really wonderful, and I would like to hand over the stage back to TMOD. I am really sorry. I would like to call upon the R counter to give a report.
Very less repeated words from all of us. I'd like to suggest people were using and then. It's used to describe. When you say 2-3 words, finally use and. So avoid this. Okay. You have shown a lot of improvement. You set a benchmark. This time I was looking at your words, especially for table topping master who just wanted to take the role in the upcoming week. Every time we will be saying, for you, this topic, here is your topic. I would like to suggest this topic to you. So we can use different types of sentences or words to describe those topics. So, okay. When we say skip that word, don't use that word, you can say skip that word, avoid using that word. That will be better to improve our language skills. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to call upon Nandini, our Bulgarian for today, to give her report.
So sorry for few people used metaphors. Like Toastmaster Kritika used TMOD role as mom. She referred to TMOD role as mom and dad. That is a metaphor. And Toastmaster Carolyn used said audience as mother eagle. It is also a metaphor. And I recommend whatever speakers to use such kind of terms like metaphor or simile or personification so that all the speakers could elevate their speech and it can resonate to audience as well. And few words that you can use in a better way, like super good, you can use it as amazing. You can say it as amazing. 6, it's just half a dozen. Thank you.
So Toastmaster Fatima took 5 minutes 32 seconds and Toastmaster Trader took 7 minutes 24 seconds. When it comes to evaluation, Toastmaster Kritika took 3 minutes 15 seconds and Toastmaster Adasha took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Simple topic section, Toastmaster Vani took 1 minute 23 seconds, Toastmaster Fatima took 2 minutes 2 seconds, Toastmaster Nandi, Toastmaster Anjali and Toastmaster Kriti together took 2 minutes 30 seconds, Toastmaster Monica took 1 minute 25 seconds, Toastmaster Triveden took 1 minute 20 seconds, Toastmaster Kalemani took 1 minute 37 seconds, and Toastmaster Nandi took 1 minute 28 seconds, Toastmaster Avidasha and Toastmaster Kritika together took 3 minutes 15 seconds. And I will also send my detailed report in WhatsApp.
So with this, I think our evaluation is complete, and I would like to hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster.
Scintillating performance. No. So I think all of us are working on our own work very sincerely, preparing and coming here. That I can see that nobody is at diamond. It's a big deal. So here are 3 cheers for the Toastmasters today. Hip hip! Okay, let me continue with saying Samye! Let's do it! Hallelujah! You know, all these things are done to keep audience on the go. Yeah, so here are some things that I do. I will let me tell you. Okay, anytime I say Kung Fu, you all say Panda. Okay, and you don't just say Panda, you just say Panda. Okay, so let's go Kung Fu! Kung Fu! Kung Fu! Nice, awesome. Whenever I say, are you ready? You will all say, oh yes, even if you're not ready. Okay, but you just don't say, oh yes, but you say, oh and then yes. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? Oh yeah, that's okay. I can see that happening. Okay, now ready. Okay, are you ready? Oh yes. Are you ready? Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes, we do this to capture audience attention. So they are to this the next very important information that they say.
Because when they are noisy, distracted, and all of those things, you capture their attention and tell them saying the next thing is very important because the presiding officer is going to come here.
That was a nice intervention. Will be here in the group. Please go to the background because we are only few members. So let's all vote like that. Can somebody give me reasons why you wanted to attend a Toastmasters meeting? Raise your mind.
We have a hectic week. So it's like, yes, as she said, right? So you're not going to take half some and then comes up. And yes, that.
Monica, I did not.
She loves all of us.
Can somebody give me reasons why you don't want to attend? Maybe that's
We are invited some other. Not travel because of this.
Any other reasons that I would say why you don't want to attend Toastmasters?
What he meant was, because of the meeting, you can't go out of space with your stuff.
Because while we are coming now, myself and John was discussing about going to Chennai. But before Toastmasters, we used to be there. I mean, we'd stay there for a weekend and we'd come back. Because of this, we have to come back on Sunday.
You all enjoyed this meeting?
Good.
Would you want to miss one such meeting again?
No, I didn't expect this question.
Anybody wants to miss a meeting like this one? But slowly what we can observe from the attendance sheet is that many people are not regularly attending meetings. I really understand they all might have personal commitments, but there is one reason why you took membership. There is one reason why you have attended so many meetings. Let's just go back to that and remind ourselves and make this as a priority. This really helps. Balance is the so are you on time? What is it? The best speaker of the day is Toastmasters Trivedi. Next one. You are not excited to know.
Role plays.
The best tag role player goes to the bookmaster, Toastmaster Party. Role player goes to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster John. The best software. I don't think why people are liking it. And the best evaluator also goes to a small announcement. I want all the expo members to be given 5 minutes for a small